Hey there, I want to talk about this book, The Perfect Time, A Universal Calendar, written by Mark Seilen. I believe that what Mark found could be a great discovery or a great coincidence. Before fully going into this discussion about Mark's calendar, let's look how messed up our calendar is. We say that we have 52 weeks in a year and 7 days in a week. If you multiply those together, you get 364, not 365 and a quarter. There are 4 seasons in a year and 91 days per season. If you multiply these numbers together, you get 364, not 365 and a quarter. In history, Julius Caesar wanted July to be the longest month of the year and added an extra day to the month. Then his nephew Augustus Caesar wanted August to match July and took a day out of February to match July. In 1582, Pope Gregory XIII had 10 days taken from October and added leap year. With all these changes, our calendar got off track. Now, Mark's calendar was created using 7 numbers and 6 math equations. These numbers are 4, 7, 13, 28, 52, 91, and 364. His calendar has 13 months with 28 days per month. Each month starts on a Sunday and ends on a Saturday. Mark also named the 13th month Remember for a few reasons. First is for religious reasons by making the final month as remembering the Sabbath. Second is to remember the last year and have it as the first month of the year. The other reason is because it rhymes with December, November, and so on. This calendar can help with different issues like businesses, banks, female reproductive cycle, and other things. The female reproductive cycle is exactly 28 days and actually has a 10-month pregnancy period, not 9 months. This can make determining the date of conception easier, as well as making it easier to know when she's ready to give birth to the child. Businesses can make the use of this calendar since every holiday will be the same and payroll will be easier. Certain holidays would become fixed and all months would have 4 weeks. Banks will have it easier since the calendar will stay the same every year, making bookkeeping easier. Maturity dates on interest rates will make it easier to find, and they wouldn't have to worry about leap year. Everyone's birthday would be the same each year. For those who were born on the 29th, 30th, and the 31st, can choose to have their birthday on the 28th or the 1st of the 2 months that's near each other. The calendar has the same year around. All you need is one calendar instead of having to buy a new one each year. Mark explained about how a deck of playing cards, the musical scale, and the pyramids tie into his calendar. A deck of poker cards has 52 cards in a deck, 4 suits, and 13 cards per suit. If you have all the cards in consecutive order and cut the deck 13 times and place 13 cards in a row and continue until you have 13 stacks of 4 cards, when you flip them over, you will notice each stack will be aces, 2s, and so on. The musical scale can be related to the calendar since it has 8 whole notes and 5 half notes, which is a total of 13 notes. Also, the C note is the first and last note of the musical scale, which can go back to the 13th month Remember. While Mark was trying to get his calendar notice, he saw a documentary on the pyramids and compared the findings to his calendar. The Great Pyramid of Egypt sits on 13 acres of land, has 4 sides, and the angle of the pyramid is 52 degrees. And the King's Gallery in the pyramid is 28 feet tall by 7 feet wide. Also, one of the Mayan pyramids had an interesting part to it. The pyramid has 4 sides, 91 steps on each side, and it sounds like 4 seasons and 91 days. And the interesting part is that during the spring and fall equinoxes on this pyramid, there's a shadow in the form of a snake crawling up the steps of the pyramid. Each of these things has the same numbers used in Mark's calendar. 2 of the 7 numbers are used to make Mark's calendar are 7 and 13, which is interesting since they have significance in our culture. The number 7 is considered a lucky number and also represents divine completion. We have 7 continents in our world, the 7 seas, and a constellation that has 7 sisters. The number 13 is considered to be bad luck and is used in superstition. I don't see why 13 should be considered a bad number since the United States was founded on 13 colonies. Christianity was founded by 13 men, Jesus and the 12 apostles. And there are actually 13 constellations instead of 12. The 13th constellation is Ophiuchus, which is the serpent bearer. We use this symbol to represent modern medicine. I think this calendar should be used instead of the calendar that we have now. Everything would be much simpler, it would be more helpful to our society as a whole, and I encourage you to read this book and get your own opinion about this calendar. You can find it in any bookstore, and it's also on Amazon.com. Thank you for watching.